Alright, good evening everyone, and welcome to the first Feickert band concert of the school year. Okay, my name is Mr. Wing, also Mr. N is for short. First of all, I just want to say thank you so much for coming out to support your student out here. Before we get started, I would just like for all my students just to stand up with their instruments. And I just like, just all the family, just take the moment right now, just to take a picture of this student on stage. That's totally fine. Like, just like a minute. You're welcome to come up a little closer if you want. That's totally fine.
Right.
Perfect. Everyone got their last photo in? Awesome. Right now, count all my students take a seat right now. Thank you. So for today's concert, it's gonna be more of just showing like where our students have been, like where they started from not knowing how to play the instruments to where they are now. And I just wanted to show that to you guys as we come on the demonstration, like a showcase for them right now. So when we start in band, we start with what we call our small instrument, just to start with a small instrument, just to understand basic how to produce sound, right? So with a full instrument, just a small version of the instrument. So first we have the flutes. So flutes, can you show off your head joint? Just take it off, just show off your head. Can you raise it up, please? Cool. So right there we have our flute head joint. So obviously the flute is much longer, it's made out of metal. But when we start off our flute students, they start with just the head joint. The idea is they're just blowing focused air into the instrument. So when we start, we have to start with a small instrument, see how well they can produce a lot of air, because flute takes a lot of air to produce. So we're just going to show you what it sounds like on just the head joint. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, beautiful. I describe it as much more of an airy quality. Would my clients show off their small instruments, please? Just take off your belt right there. Awesome. You show it off. Awesome. So if you know it, notice there's like two parts for the clarinet. We obviously have the mouthpiece and the barrel, and then we have what we call reed, usually wooden. That vibrates to produce the sound. And also we have the little metal ligature that just holds it all together with screws, right? Cool. So right now we're just going to show off what the clarinet sounds like, just a small instrument. All right. That's a very unique sound with small instrument, just starting off. It's very interesting to start. I think it's going to sound a lot more different with the full instrument ensemble. Can I have my trumpets? Trumpets, can you raise up your mouth? All right, awesome. Cool. You can go and put them down for a second. So for trumpet, obviously it's much more longer, it's much more tubing, much more longer. But when we start off trumpets, we have them just play on just the mouthpiece right here. It looks like this. We have a little cup, we have a little receiving end to put into the instrument. Just put it in, twist. Just put it like that. And when we start off for students, we obviously just try to make a little buzzing of the lips, right? Kind of like making like a buzzing look like a bee, or like kind of like a horse neighing, right? And I'll just show just like this, just like that, Okay, cool. And I'll just have the trumpets play on just their mouthpiece, very small instruments. One, two, three. And you play on, it's very, very delightful because last year we had only 2 trumpets. Blake, can you raise your hand for me? Blake, can you raise your hand? Yeah. Blake, was my first trumpet student last spring, and I'm so glad to see back. And also, can all my trumpets raise their hands? We have about six trumpet students. That's much more students. I'm really happy to see it. We get a round of applause. Put your full instrument ready. Make sure your full instrument's together. So obviously, we can't just make music with just our small instrument, right? Small instrument. How else are we going to play different notes, right? So we have next our flutes. Can all my flute players just raise up their instrument? Raise them up. Nice. So you notice how it's much more longer, and obviously they have to use a lot more air to get all the air across the whole instrument. So we're just going to demonstrate what that sounds like. So that sounds pretty good. Playing flute as a young student is probably very difficult. Just the fact that you have to blow so much air at the very beginning. But once they understand that foundation of blowing so much into the instrument, it becomes a lot easier just learning how all the different notes. You know, my clarinets raise up their clarinets. Awesome. So that's we have the full intro of the clarinet. It's about probably a little bit longer, about similar length of the flute. Obviously, it's black and also has silver keys on it. So we'll just demonstrate what it sounds like. Perfect. I'm not biased, but I am a clarinet player, so I'm very proud of my piece right here. Can my trumpets raise up their instruments? Yeah, all 6 of my trumpets. All right. Obviously, you can put them down. So obviously, the trumpet is made out of brass. It's also looped around in different tubing, and obviously we have the foundation blowing on the mouthpiece. That means we're probably going to blow a lot more air if we want to play all throughout the whole tube instrument, right? Beautiful, beautiful. Has a very loud, just naturally very loud profile, very bright profile. Just the nature of the instrument, just because the fact that all your air is going in one singular direction instead of like a flute and clarinet where it's going spreading across. All right, can you show off your awesome. Cool. So next we have percussion. So what Arista is holding and Enzo holding is what we call our mallet kit. A mallet kit. So a lot of students, we start off and just set on a mallet kit. Percussion can be summed up more of like you're holding a stick or a mallet and you're striking some sort of surface. For beginner students, we just have them on a mallet to understand learning also the notes with other students, like the first few notes with the students. So yeah, let's just demonstrate that real quick. Beautiful, thank you. Also, with percussion, we're not just playing one single note. What's special thing about percussion, we can play multiple notes with different patterns. We can like right, left, right, for example. Perfect. And hopefully, once they get much more advanced into just playing just right, left on the mallets, you can maybe get them on a drum hopefully, and those hopefully can play a drum because they're doing very well. All right. So let's just have all the students just play all the first note all together. That first note all together. learned 3 notes. So we're just going to show off what our first, second, and third note we've learned so far. Okay? I'm just going to play the first 3 notes right now. So with going into next year, we're trying to get our students to more actual playing like little songs right now. So I have 3 students right now. And Alyssa, stand up real quick. You guys stand up real quick? Okay, give them a round of applause. So all 3 of them have asked me if they wanted to play some songs that they've learned. So for when we start off, the first song in the book we obviously learned is Hot Cross Bun. So we're gonna play that for you right now. Obviously, we have the first 3 notes. Yeah, that's the first song they play in the book. And also, since it's a winter concert, it wouldn't be a winter concert without Christmas songs, right? So these 2 students have volunteered to learn Jingle Bells. So I'm gonna play that for you right now. So that's all we're going to play for tonight. Before we end tonight, I just want to say thank you so much for all the families coming out here tonight. I really appreciate we really appreciate that you're coming out here to support your student and also supporting music in general in Elk Grove Unified. We're trying to get all the students to get more involved into music in all the schools. Because other elementary school programs, if you're not other elementary school programs involved with music right now. I'm hoping to try to get more students across the K-12 right now. Also, I'd like to thank our principal in the back. Can you give a round of applause? She's been so helpful in trying to cover up the stage and also get this event on the calendar. So thank you so much. Also, I don't see any of them right here for now. I'd just like to thank our custodial staff. They help set up all of the chairs right here. I'll clean up this room. Can we give them a round of applause? Just some updates before we end tonight. So for next Tuesday, we will not have band. No band for next Tuesday. But on December 15th, next week, Thursday, we will have one last band session just to end off the year. We'll do a little party for them just so that have a little treat, just play some music, just to end off the school year. Okay. That's all we have for tonight. I just want to say thank you so much. Have a good evening and have a safe drive home. Thank you.